Okay, so let's say that we're ready to record our first journal entry. So we'll log into SAP, and we receive our little message that says we're logging in from University of Mississippi account, and we get our main menu. And recall, you may have this menu pop up when you first log in, which is the user menu. We want to use the standard SAP menu. So we're going to go into accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, posting, enter GL account document. And you'll remember when we turned on the technical names, we can see that the shortcut for that screen is FB50. So let's say I just logged on and I remember I've done 10 of my journal entries and I still have some more to go. I could just go up here, type in FB50, press enter, and I get my journal entry screen. Okay, now hopefully you've got your beginning balances set up. If you haven't, then it's easy enough to do. Just put those in as a journal entry for 1/1/2007. Now I've already done that, so we're going to go ahead and move to the next journal entry, which is the wages paid that we paid out on January 2nd. So January 2, 2007, and we want that to be our document date and our posting date. So I will type that in here as well, 1/2/2007, and I'm going to give it a reference number of 1, which happens to be the business event that was noted in our various events in the assignment. Okay, and that's all we need really for the GL, the header detail. And the reference can be anything you need. When I set up my beginning balances, I just typed in BEGBAL here to let me know when I look at it later that this is a journal entry I set up my beginning balances in. Okay, so we go down to the line item portion of the screen, and for this first journal entry I'm going to debit accrued wages payable, which is 2002. Debit, I just typed in D and debit came up, so I can just tab right to the next field, and it's 20,400. Now one nice thing is you can see we have a lot of fields there. The location, the local currency amount would be if I were running multinational with running in multiple currencies. I could post my entry in the currency of the transaction and have it automatically converted to my local currency for whatever subsidiary I was posting to at that point in time. And then there's a tax field, tax jurisdiction, and a whole variety of fields over here to the right. Business partner, partner segment, but we don't need all these for these particular journal entries. So if you just press the enter key, SAP will, well, first I'm going to get an error message that pops up that says this posting takes place in a previous fiscal year, which is fine. So we'll click through that. Period 10 adjusted in line with posting date 1/2/2007. I'll click through that again. And now it brings me back to the screen I was working on. So we will click through those messages each time. Typically you're only going to have the current period open. In this case it would be September or October 2010. But for education purposes, this system is open pretty wide up so that we can post to periods in the past as well. So keep that in mind. Make sure you're posting to the appropriate January period in 2007 for your journal entries. Okay, so our debit was to accrued wages payable, and we're going to credit cash 20,400. Press enter, and you can see every time I press enter, SAP goes out and looks things up, and I can see that I have my cash there. It checks the entry to say, okay, it's checked that line and everything looks okay. Also, you can see my green light up here shows me that the transaction is balanced. I've got an equal amount for debits and credits. So you've got a little scoreboard up there that you can keep track of while you're making your entry. So once we're done, this is a 2-line journal entry, so we're done and we're ready to post. And the easy way to post there is just click right up there on the post icon, which looks like a little diskette. Control S, you can see, is the keyboard shortcut. Control Save, that's the save shortcut. And that will let you save the document. One thing to keep in mind, you don't want to park it. If you park the document, that means it goes into suspense. Basically, it's something, if you have an entry that you want to make, but you just want to clarify it or verify it before you actually post it, you may want to go run it past your supervisor. You can enter all of the detail in and park it, and that way you can come back and make corrections to the entry if you need to. You know, typically you'll see things like that for unusual transactions maybe, or for an adjusting entry. You just want to make sure that you've got the right accruals in place, or the right reserves. You're setting up the right reserves. But in this case, pretty simple entry. We know we're comfortable with it. Again, down here you can expand and contract these columns much like you would in Excel to see more information. Since we're only using a few of these fields, it makes sense to spread it out and make it a little bit easier to read. Alright, so we go ahead and post it, and you can see SAP spins its wheels for a minute, and then down here we'll see document number 1, a bunch of zeros, 1 was posted in company code 8079, which happens to be the company I'm working with. And I can double click on that message and get some more detail. Anytime you see a message down here in your status line, you can double click on it and get more information on it if you need to, especially if you see an error message or something unusual that you want to consider. So here's the message that pops up. Nothing spectacular here, but it does verify the message, and especially for error checking, or if you're running into problems, it's a good idea to pop up this error message and then cut and paste it into an email that you might want to send me, or to a notepad document that you want to save and review for later. So anyway, that's it for posting your journal entries. Good luck, and hopefully they go smoothly for you.